Hey there guys, welcome to another DME vlogs. This one hasn't gone to plan straight off the bat, and I'll explain why in a second. So I've been in the UK now for approximately 5 days. And my intentions were, as far as hiring cars and riding motorbikes were, that I was going to be spending my entire time here in the UK on motorbikes, on two wheels. Got all the gear, I can deal with the cold weather, kind of. So why am I in Lincoln in a hire car? So as is normal when I come back to the UK, my first port of call was to try and get my bikes running. Now, this is the first trip home where I've had two bikes to get running. I've always had the SV650S, and for this time, I've also got the Daytona 675R, which I've been really looking forward to introducing to you guys. Tell you what, there's something wrong here. Bear with me just 1 second. That's better. So as is normal, spend the first couple of days trying to get the bike or bikes running, making sure everything's working as it should do and running sweet. I normally expect the SV to give me a few issues with starting. V-twins are notorious for being hard on batteries when they don't want to start, and with it being a carb-engined SV650, they do not like being sat around with all the sediment and the shit in your fuel gumming up all of the carbs in the bottom of the fuel tank. So come back, I've had to go up to my lockup to have a go on the SV650, and surprise surprise, she didn't want to play, she didn't want to start. She's going to take a little bit more effort. I'm not surprised by that at all, and I'm not actually, I'm not going to hold that against her. She's an old girl and she doesn't get used anywhere near as much as she should do, so it's my fault. I accept that. The Daytona 675R though, she fired up on the button. First time, ran like a dream. Okay, not a problem. I've got a load of errands and a load of stuff that I need to sort out just after I get back. I will take the Daytona. Now, shameless plug, those of you who follow my Twitter and my Instagram will already know what I'm about to tell you. So for everybody else, you need to be following me on my Twitter and my Instagram if you want to be kept up to date with basically all the crazy shit I'm getting up to. So my Twitter and my Instagram have the same handle, at Mr. Chip Murphy. You'll be able to tell it's me because you will see my brand spanking new DME logo that was very kindly done for me and was launched in my last video. So go and check that out. So I'm out and about on the Daytona, and one of my stops was to the Ducati dealer, Moto Rapido Ducati in Winchester, who have previously lent me a couple of bikes, a Ducati 1299 Panigale S for a test ride, and they also allowed me to take a Panigale 959 out for a test ride as well. Go and check that out. So they have been fantastic in helping me get the Ducati 848 up and running. I've had a load of questions for them because I pretty much bought that bike blind with minimal research, which is the worst thing you could possibly do when buying a slightly exotic motorbike or an exotic car for that matter. I've been emailing the dealer, I've been asking loads of questions, and they have been absolutely fantastic, helping me out, sorting some parts out for me, keeping parts to one side because I can't exactly pay for them over the phone, can I? So I thought it would be nice to pitch up to the dealer with a big box of donuts for the boys, Krispy Kreme donuts, no expense spared, just as a little thank you. And whilst I was there, asked a load of questions, caught up with the boys. I need to be going back with an 848 ECU, which they are going to sort out for me. So with that gorgeous Leo Vince exhaust, she's going to run like an absolute charm. She really is going to be sweet. And I had a bit of an issue. My beautiful British-built quality Triumph motorcycle decided that it didn't want to start in the car park of the Ducati dealer. Rather ironic, I think you will agree. So much fun and banter was had with the Moto Rapido boys. Cheers for that, guys. And I had to call out the breakdown recovery guys, who sent a 15-ton HGV trailer out to collect my dinky little lightweight sports bike, and they recovered me to Destination Triumph. And Triumph UK, if you have any customer service awards, can I please nominate Ciaran at Destination Triumph Solent for his efforts. He has gone above and beyond trying to help me and get my bike sorted. Destination Triumph are fully booked, but we believed that it was going to be something simple that was stopping my bike from starting. So what happened to the Daytona then? Why did she ride around all morning absolutely spot on, and then she failed to start? Well, let me tell you. The previous owner, or one of the previous owners, changed the levers across to a set of gorgeous billet shorty levers. Nothing wrong with that. I've done exactly that on my Scrambler. However, they clearly weren't entirely sure what they were doing, because they left out the little spacer bush collar that goes between that actually fits in between the levers and the handlebars themselves. So there was quite a bit of excess play. Now, particular era of Triumph Daytona that I've got, there is a clutch switch, so the clutch has to be fully depressed, and I think you can see where this is going. I don't know exactly what the issue is, but it was the clutch switch that was failing to engage, because the person who fitted the Triumph levers hadn't fitted them properly. They hadn't fitted that spacer bush. So with a couple of other niggly little jobs that were done on the bike as well, the long and short of it was a £1.40 metal collar has ended up landing me with a £180 bill, and I lost a day, pretty much an entire day on that bike, because the previous owners didn't do that job properly. So this was all happening on Wednesday night. That was after I'd been making such a song and dance about coming all the way to Saudi Arabia from Lumi's bike night. Now, in fairness, I did turn up to Lumi's on my bike, and Purple Monkey and Panda and Spicy and all the rest of it will back me up. I was at Lumi's on my Daytona motorbike. The fact that it was on the back of a recovery van, and the fact that I was literally passing past Lumi's, got the recovery guy to give everybody a toot. So if you heard the recovery truck go by, that was me. Nice one, guys. But Lumi's bike night didn't entirely go as planned. I did eventually make it to Lumi's, as you'll see in Spicy's video, for basically 7 minutes of calling me a dick because of Storm Doris. That's entirely my fault, and I hold my hands up to that. I said I was going to bring you guys Saudi Arabian weather. What I failed to mention is that the weather that was afflicting the country when I left was actually biblical storms and the rainy season. So sorry about that. I hope you'll let me off. Spicy hasn't. Like I say, I was always planning to come up to Lincoln for a few days. The original plan was to take the SV650, which is my touring bike, put a tail pack on her, load up my Krieger bag, and off we go into the distance. Yeah, there was kind of very little time to get it sorted out, and I would have been worried about the confidence in taking the bike all the way to the other end of the country to potentially break down on me again. I did the sensible thing. I was told that Hurricane Doris was affecting the north of the country quite badly, and I hired a car. Now, because I've been using Europcar in Southampton Airport very, very regularly for all my trips backwards and forwards, I thought I'd give them a call. I thought I would see what they could do for me. But Europcar sorted me out an absolute blinder. I was supposed to pick up a Vauxhall Mokka. Now, given that I am a Ford boy and I really don't like Vauxhalls. Although I've just heard apparently they've been bought out by Peugeot, which is even fucking worse. I basically went down there and said, have you got anything vaguely interesting instead? Because I really can't stand the idea of 5 days in a Vauxhall fucking Mokka. So I ended up in a Mercedes SLC instead, which has been beautiful. With a little bit of dry weather. I don't know where this bloody hurricane's gone. And a little bit of wind in my hair. It's been very, very nice to have a nice car, to go from one end of the country, to go and see my friends and, you know, bump into random strangers as well, who've generally been smiley and happy and all the rest of it. Life is what you make it. Life is for living. Life is fun. I work hard in Saudi Arabia and I take a lot of shit. So when I'm back in the UK, I can enjoy myself a little bit. So, you know, yes, I would have loved to have been up here on the bikes. Yes, that was always the intention, but don't feel sorry for me. Please, don't feel sorry for me. I should point out at this exact moment that I am not being paid in any way, shape or form to review or be sponsored by or to promote anybody that I've mentioned in this video. So Moto Rapido Ducati, Destination Triumph Solent, Europcar at Southampton Airport. I have no affiliation with them, so you have my word. This is all God's honest, you know. If somebody's, we're all too quick to jump on the bandwagon when somebody does a shit job. When somebody does a good job, well, it's easy to be labelled as, oh, you're being paid to say these sorts of things. That ain't the case for me. I don't roll like that. So that's a little update of what I've been up to since I got back in the UK. Definitely hasn't gone to plan, but it hasn't worked out too badly either. I've got the heater on, I've got the heated seats on, I have the roof down, and I'm now on my way to Essex to meet up with an old colleague of mine who I haven't seen for 2 or 3 years. He has some engine parts for a little project I've had on the go for about the last 10 years. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Apologies for the crap surroundings. We were all expecting this video to be done on 2 wheels, but hey, you've got to roll with the punches, haven't you? So I'm going to get back to the job in hand of making my way through the Lincolnshire countryside, my old stamping ground. It's been fantastic to be back here. Rick, Becky, Harrison, thank you very much for making me Harrison's godfather. It's been fantastic to see you. Stephen and Christine, Graham and Ciaran, thank you for your wonderful company and quite a lot of alcohol and emotion. For the rest of you, I shall see you soon. Ma salama, guys.